Hello and welcome to this session. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to go about writing a feasibility report. Now that you know what you're going to be working on and you have identified a problem, we're going to take a look at what the report should look like so that you can start working on it. First of all, let me share my screen with you. So this is the research report, analytical feasibility report prompt, which is available on the course's Moodle page. So this report is going to be the end result of your project and searching for a technical solution to a problem. It gives the solution to the problem and assesses the feasibility of it based on specific criteria that you choose in order to decide on the best solution. What resources you need, whatever resources you need are available on the course's Moodle page, including the Maroon Sam'an Faculty of Engineering and Architecture guidelines for writing and engineering. So this report includes four different parts: the front matter, the report, the references, and the end matter. The front matter includes a letter of transmittal, which we will look at in a second, a cover page, an abstract, a table of contents, and a list of illustrations. So what this letter of transmittal does is that it addresses the concerned party. It identifies what is in this report, what the problem was, what the solutions are, and the recommendation as well. So in looking at the front matter, we also see that we need a cover page, obviously, and that should include your names and the title of your report, etc., etc. You can have an idea of what these look like by looking at the examples that I've provided you with on the course's Moodle page. You will also have an abstract, which we'll talk about in a little bit, a table of contents, obviously, that refers the reader not just to where everything is, but also to where, like in terms of pages, where this information is found. You also need a list of illustrations as well. So what does the abstract or summary do? It identifies the problem in brief. It states the objectives of the project. It describes the general procedures that have been taken in order to reach a solution. It includes key results. It evaluates the results in light of the problem and questions, lists main conclusions, and suggests future work or implementation procedures. This is also repeated in the introduction, because the introduction also identifies the problem, questions or the questions that the project addresses. It describes related work done on the topic, like previous work that has been done before, theoretical background, key parameters, equations, etc. It states the specific and measurable objectives of the current project, lists the general procedures, including the measurements and calculations that will be used in order to achieve these objectives. Now, there is also a section that's called methods and procedures within the report. This part describes the scientific method or approach used to collect the data, whether it is some field work, whether it is from visiting sites, collecting pictures, documenting, whether it's using library resources, whether it's interviewing certain people, etc., etc. It describes the materials and equipment used to collect this data, which is very important. It describes the detailed procedures followed to collect data in a way that would allow someone else to reproduce such procedures, because it's very important that not only do we tell of our methods, we make sure that this section is detailed enough so that if somebody else is going to reproduce this, they can do it. And this is a very important point. There is a section on results, data findings, and analysis. This report's key results explains their meaning, explains the derivations and transformations obtained from the measured data. It presents key results visually using tables and figures and graphs, and it reports discrepancies in the results. So if there are things that are not the same, they do not add up, it also speaks about that. There is a section on discussion. This one compares measured results to predicted values and explains the discrepancies in these results. Moving on, Uh, the there is also a section that's called conclusions and recommendations. This summarizes the most important results reported in the report. It assesses the success of the project, suggests possible future improvements to whatever you have found. Like, for example, it addresses all the errors, maybe lack of resources, maybe safety issues, maybe alternative approaches. And it ends with a bottom line statement. Why should the reader care about the results? And why is it important? And there can also be added sections such as references and appendices. References, it lists all the external sources cited in the report and includes appendices, which include raw data, sample calculations, error analysis, etc. The end matter is where you list your references, which is mandatory, and you can list of abbreviations or symbols that you have used in the report and what they mean, and further appendices. So these are the different parts of the report. The report should be approximately 3,000 to 4,000 words, not less, not more. If you want to go more than 4,000 words, please let me know. One group member per group should submit the final draft in doc format on Moodle, okay? And please follow APA format in order to document all your resources. I expect you to work collaboratively on this project, and when this collaboration is evident, every single member of the group gets the same grade. However, if there is a discrepancy that appears, or if it has been reported to me, then each person will receive a separate grade for the project. That's it regarding the prompt for this report. Looking forward to seeing you again in a future video.